Hello everyone and welcome back to Pete's Model Car Customs. I hope you can hear me. I know I've got a quiet voice sometimes when I'm not drunk and shouting my head off. I've been doing a bit of upholstery on the Dyno Don Nicholson Eliminator 2 kit using a craft felt which I got from a shop called Hobbycraft over here in England. And it couldn't have been all that expensive, as I bought several various colours of it. You know, so it honestly couldn't have been much more than £1 a sheet. And using it for the upholstery in this. I know Gary G did a video, and I'll put a link to him in the description, or on upholstery the other day, and he had a problem with the glue he was using, Yoo-hoo, bleeding up through it. I've got this fitted down, and I've got to trim the back up there round the top of the tunnel, and then add a pedal box. But I've got a different way of fitting it, and it's just sinking sideways a little bit. This is really thin double-sided tape, and I've stuck the carpet down with that instead of using a glue at all. It's really quite a sticky tape. And I put a strip first. Well, first I started shaping the felt over the tunnel and into the footwells, after sort of making a quick paper pattern just out of a bit of graph paper out of a normal notepad to give me the sort of basic dimensions I was looking at, and leaving enough to run up what I'm not sure is the inside of the rear wheel wells, and I don't know how I'm going to tailor that in yet, so I've just added enough to go somewhere and work from where it runs out. It'll just curve up the wheel arches, something like that, and then take the rest of it out and go for sheet panelling up the back. But I'm putting a carpet in here because I do want this to be quite streetable. I'm considering changing the dashboard, and now I don't know whether you can see that D shape there. I don't know whether they're suggesting that was the parachute pull lever, and I think it might be. See whether it will like zooming in. But although they're quite nice dials, it's a bit bland, and I was thinking of dumping that and putting a glove compartment in there, and changing the switches and dials around a bit. I want to cut that dial out there, knob out there, because I've got better three-dimensional ones. Where's it gone now? I'll describe it and show it later. It's disappeared on the bench. Come on, Pete, where's it bloody gone? I was staring at it. Jumping Jehoshaphat. Pete, you prick. A Academy 50 caliber tripod has got some really lovely toggle levers on it that will make really neat switches on your dashboard. Well, shit, there we go again. Rock and roll. And now I've moved the bloody thing and can't see it for love nor money, as you might have heard me clunking about. But anyway, the point was, on the upholstery side, was using the double-sided tape instead of the glue, and then you don't get the bleed up problem with it. I'll put in new pedals. I I'm not particularly worried about shaving much of those off, although the carpet, when it's trimmed down, is going to expose them more. I don't want that to, you know, so I'll carve them off and rebuild a pedal box and then drop the steering through. I did have another idea with this, as it was so bland at the moment, and that was a left-hand drive conversion with a new steering post on the other side, and put the master cylinder up here and cut the steering support off, put a new one there, remake the dashboard into a left-hand drive car. It'll be much more comfortable for me on the roads over here. And I was using a steel tool, in fact the smoother cleaner end, to emboss the carpet down into the edge of the tunnel and the back area along there. And these tools are good for getting that pressed in. So I'm stretching that carpet into the, and I've been doing it for several hours, you know, keep coming back and just make it a bit harder in there to get the shape, and it will form the shape better. Just really, well, you know, don't go too mad because you'll go through it, but just feel your way into pressing it down with a nice tool. I don't know whether there's a double entendre there. Moving back a little bit, back a little bit. This is a nice ice cream tub, and it's going back to that looking after things that are dusty. And I can't do this one handed. Come on, one ping, it'll fly everywhere and knock the camera over. It's very dusty because I only thought about it the other day. Model A, and it fits in there with no damage. And I thought, that's blimmin' handy, because there's going to be a lot of little roadsters and things that will fit into a advertising that side, didn't tape it over, into an ice cream tub like this. This must be a pretty international sized tub. I don't know what 900 millilitre off the top of me equates to. About a couple of years ago it was a kilo tub, not an 900 mil. But you know, if you like ice cream, or know someone who likes ice cream, blimmin' good tub for small rods. Up the back here I've got more stuff for the Dyno Don. The rear bumper is well, the front bumper is at the top, isn't it, and the rear one's lower down. They've both been sort of aluminiumised, and then I've so I'll bring that in, sorted out the back a little bit with, you know, obviously clear doodad in the tail lights, but to give them a bit more sort of thing of it, I went round with a black wash into that printed grille and then put clear red over it, and then took off the cyclone badge with the eraser on the pen pencil after running in several washes of black. You know, so that E could do with a little bit more of a clean off, and probably go in again with another black, but I think that goes well with the aluminium not being too black yet again. Bit more sort of tonal effect. And whizzing right across the back there is a I'm gonna go there, or am I there already? Are a bunch of tools I've been working on. I trimmed the sprue down and oh, come on, whatever you're called. Oh, something happened. Doesn't like my fingers. I've got, you know, my spanners, screwdrivers. I've left them on the post because I can just dirty up the ends when I've trimmed them off. You have to be careful trimming out the wrenches, spanners, wrenches, and wild women. You have to be very careful clearing some of that out. There was quite a bit of swarf in the jaws, especially of that adjustable wrench, and down in that spanner there. I'm going to do it all the time. We can all become bilingual together. I dug out this old ring. If Charlie Mack, if you're watching, it's a little 1970s, 1960s ring. Don't know what sort of little pleasures one might have hidden away there, but I thought you'd like to see it. Up in that's better. Up in Johnny Hacksaw's hands, I've got a battery trolley I made the other day out of a few scraps and things. The wheels are from 172nd, 176th model truck. The framework come from a 125 scale figure I just picked up at the pack of, and I can't see the box, so I can't. The Last Bridge, it's called, by MB. And this was, then I added the framework that the actual batteries all are sitting in. And, you know, I've got an upper tray up here which would house another battery. That's a handy little thing to go in the garage. In the clothes peg or pin at the back there is another distributor I've been making. I've drilled out the holes in the top of that. Knock it down. Oh, I can't get it with a bloody ring piece. I wonder if that'll have a go at doing that. So I've got a bit mismatched there on the bottom corner near my thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might bore one out and make it for a straight 6. Start again with that one. Hey, fill that back up or burn it back down. That again is just like working your way, trimming off a bit of tubing and that. Well, it really does need a bit of work. Then just on a little pin so as you can hold it conveniently. Put that back into oblivion. On the wheels, I hope you can see the two nearest the centre of the sprue. Maybe I should move the stuff again. Here we go. I've got two black stretch tabs. I thought I'd leave them untrimmed so you can see them easier. And they're how I make valve stems. As I said the other day, I've put a couple of washes over these wheels to dull them down a bit, and the valve stems that I've got there I'll trim down again. But because these stretchers are taper, whatever size hole you've drilled in the rim, they will fill. The further you push them in, the fatter they get. They'll adjust to whatever size drill bit you use to make the rim, the hole in the rim. And I've got the other two I've drilled somewhere in there, wherever it was, over that way. And they're both drilled, ready to receive a bit more. And I'll grab hold of the end of here when I trim it, warm it up again, and I'll make a button big enough to go in the other end, I hope. If not, I'll just stretch a bit more. You know, stuff that would have gone in the bin that will make your kits a bit more detailed. Well, mine anyway. What else was there? Trolley, spanners, wrenches, bumpers, valve stems, upholstery without the glue, and just use double-sided tape. Nearly broke that. It's a little trolley for the batteries. And like I say, I put those 2 tray pieces in simply. You know, a bit of bent up small rod and a couple of bits of angle. Sort of paint it up a bit grubbly because it's in a workshop. It's a tool, not a show piece. A couple of little feet there to just prop it up when it's stood there. And adding the weight of the battery in the bottom will maintain it standing up, even though it does. You know, you just adjust the length of the feet with a little bit of heat. A little bit of heat makes you shrink back a little bit. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope all this upholstery stuff and detailing has been enjoyable. Best wishes from jolly old England.